Hi guys, this is SDJRSNF88 speaking with this fortnight's update on Compton Martin. Now again, I'd like to apologise. I haven't done as much as I usually used to, until recently used to do, sort of thing, in a week. And obviously there's been the 2-week gaps with Compton Martin recently. But I have done 2 major things on the layout this week. Well, I could call it, I have done 2 major things. Well, the first major thing is a bit of a change of scenery. The layout, as you can see, is now back up in the loft, lying on the floor again. So all the legs are folded up underneath. This is purely because it's in the way in the garage, and obviously the garage is not designed for trains, so so it had to go back up in the loft. Anyway, the other thing that I've actually done to the layout, the thing that's actually been done, it's one thing, but it's a very, very big thing. And you can probably see it in shot now here. But I have finally finished, well, nearly finished the cobbles. Well, I say they are finished, but I may need to fill in a few little places. But what do you think of the results? Get a little bit of pan round shot here. And the light's not doing it justice. But I have finally added the wash. This was just a Humbrol, I forgot the name of the paint, I think it was 64 paint grey, light grey paint. And then I used a wash, a mud wash, to put it over the top. I just caked it. I just went all over the top of the wash, on the top of the cobbles, so it soaked in between the cracks and everything. And it came out really, really well. It's, the wash was quite clever, because it's a different wash. Alright, I'll show you, it is the bottle here. It is Pro Modeler Weathering Wash Mud Brown for the professional finish. It's not got chemicals. Well, I'm not sure if it's what it is, but it says it's not an alcohol-based one. I know that. It's a non-toxic and it's non-flammable. I think it's like a really watered-down one, which is brilliant. I'm not sure what the Humbrol ones are, but I'm sure. I bought this just before the Humbrol ones were released, but as you can see, it was quite expensive for what it is. I mean, that's a tiny, tiny bottle, but there's a lot in there, quite a lot, which is not bad. It's bigger than the Humbrol ones, let's just say that. But I must admit, the effect that wash did is brilliant. You have to shake it very, very well. And I applied it with a brush, and I just, like I said, went over the whole top of it. You washed it. And before you ask, the reason why I hadn't done much on the layout sort of thing is because this did take a long time. This literally took me 2 days to paint all of this, because doing it with a little tiny brush, going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So until I covered the whole lot basically, and literally I finished that this afternoon. well, when I recorded this video anyway, which is Thursday. But yeah, it took me quite a while to paint it also, that's why not much has been done on it. But tell me what you think of the results. Like I said, I asked your opinion last week on how it should turn out. And I said, should I add it, should I make it lighter? Should I paint it a different colour? Or should I just go ahead and put a different colour on it, add a wash? Or should I just go ahead and do it straight with the wash? The majority of you, I think it was like over 75%, said just go in with the wash and do it. And I'm quite pleased that I listened to that, sort of thing, and it came out quite well. You can see it really, really adds the texture. It really, really makes it stand out. But I just brushed it in. I'm not sure if you could tell the difference here, because it's very hard because of the light, so apologies. If it was down in the garage, it would have been better. But, here we go. There's the normal grey here. But if you move up to the cobbles, you can see the wash has really, really, well, this, like, again, ain't doing it justice, but the wash is, browned off the top, if you know what I mean. Sort of like, giving it surface dust, as it were, in real life. But you can see the cobbles now beautifully stand out. Like I said, alongside here, the side of the rail, obviously I didn't cobble up to the edge, so it gives it like, like sort of like mortar effect. What they would have done alongside railways was obviously you can't jam rocks up against rails, and I gave that a quick wash along. I just got the brush and just went all the way along, washed it in. But yeah, it's a really, really good little pot of stuff. I would definitely recommend it. It is quite expensive, but for what it is, but like I said, there's plenty in there, and it is a brilliant wash. Like I said, I don't know how the Humbrol ones would react to it, but anyway, like I said, this is the only thing that's been done on Compton Martin, sadly, but there is a big development. The past fortnight was very, very busy. Went to Rail Wales with #1 classic car fan, met Mr. Dodo 8449 there, and he came back with some stock along with #1 classic car fan, and we all ran some trains on the layout for the afternoon, which is brilliant. I think you've seen the service with the Coronation. That's his model, and it should be arriving on his layout when he records the video very soon. So that's another layout to layout service. Yeah, and obviously I've been quite busy with other things because there's been lots of things going on over the past week. But there's been a big development modelling wise as well. Basically, building this, I hope you think it's super, because obviously you keep on watching my updates every sort of week or fortnight whenever I upload them, and you're always interested in how Compton Martin's coming along. But let's just say, obviously it's brilliant layout, but there are always leftovers, if you know what I mean, if you put it harshly. Well, I've got a bit of this left over, obviously a bit more than what I'm holding in my hand, and I have quite a lot of scenery left over, especially that water, the fake water. Now I say the fake water in particular because that was very, very expensive. So for those of you that can easily put 2 and 2 together, and I'll give you another third clue. Let's just say a bookshelf, an old IKEA bookshelf was chucked out, and let's just say I took some of the shelves from it. Now, any of you who are good at maths or good at seeing where things are going, you can probably guess what's going to happen. So there'll be a video. Normally it'll probably be about 2 days after this video, after watching this video, whenever this is uploaded, revealing what I have in store. But let's just say it is a very, very big surprise. So I hope you found the Cobbles interesting, and let's just say, with all this little bits of track and the bits of scenery I've been gathering, let's just say there'll be a few tutorials coming, and maybe a little something else. Anyway, sounded a bit creepy there at the end. But anyway, that's all for Compton Martin this week. I hope next weekend there will be another update on Compton Martin. I'm not sure what it will be on though. The cobbles have been painted. That's the worst of it, let's just say. The rest of it, what I'm doing now, is onto the fine details. Let's see what I've got to do. I've got to attach that. I've got to finish off the paving slabs. Of course, all the fencing around the back. The sign, station sign. Putting the signs on the signal box. Weathering up the water tower. Adding the signal down there. Adding the fencing. Gluing the bushes and trees in place. Although I won't be gluing the trees, but I'll probably be gluing the bushes. And of course, finishing off the water scene, which is with the reeds here. I've got to do these separately now. I've got to do them on the tin along with those static grass tufts. That's another thing. I've got to create a load more of these about that size. So that's why I've been a bit of a jam this week, because obviously I've got to prepare that. But anyway, and then one more thing. I can't do very much more on the layout over here until September, because I hope hopefully me and #1 Classic Car Fan will be going to the Swindon Railway Festival, as we normally do each year. Fingers crossed, of course, on the Saturday. That's when we normally go. To get basically we get a few bargains there. But there's one item there which I've only seen there, and of course is this tarmac texture paint, which is here, and I want to get that so I can repaint this, because obviously I've done that with ballast and it doesn't look as good, and it sort of like goes rubbish sort of thing. So before doing any of the grass and all that here, I'd rather get the tarmac paint on there, paint it all in nicely, repaint the whole lot with that, a better grey than what the paint is, because I must admit the colour of that tarmac was rubbish from the pot. And obviously it will cover up this horrible seam line here between the the cobbles and the thing. It's very, very thick. But yeah, that's about it. So anyway, bit of a shorter update, but I'm sure I've blabbered on more. I've talked more than what I normally would for such a small... Yeah, I'm doing it now. Anyway, this has been STGR7F88 speaking, and thanks for watching.